Hi, I'm back. Shira7. It's been a while, I know, but I had to come back because I had to make a video about Empire. And when I say that, I'm not trying to bash Empire. Well, I'm not bashing it, but I'm not promoting it either. So I just wanted to let y'all know that. I'm just giving some information about it. Because I know there's some people out there that love Empire, and then there's some people out there that hate what Empire represents. And I'm like, which one is right, which one is wrong. So of course I had to go I watched 2 episodes. I had to go watch 2 episodes so I could see what the big deal was, because at first I wasn't interested in the show at all. When I saw the previews, it didn't catch me because I'm more cerebral and I'm a nerd, and that kind of stuff really doesn't interest me. So I was not really attracted to watching the show when it first came out. So after all the hype and stuff, I said, okay, well, let me check out 1 or 2 episodes so I can see for myself what's going on. So I saw the episode before the finale, and then I saw the finale. From what I have saw so far, I don't think, okay, and this is just my opinion, you don't have to agree with me. Like I said, I'm very cerebral, and I see things from a very different perspective. And when I say cerebral, I mean, if you have a show and the writing is not good, if there's no deeper meaning to some of your stuff, if there's no subliminal symbolisms that tie into the show, if it's just written like A, B, C, D, it really doesn't capture my interest. But, so, Empire, they try too hard to put in these messages, and it seems so poorly written with no, how do you say the word, with no style. It's just kind of thrown together like you made this, you wrote this while you were in the bathroom. Okay, now I'm sorry, but there is so many more better writers on so many other television shows. I mean, and I'm not saying that this person is a bad writer. I'm just saying they could have tried a little bit harder. Okay. But other than that, everyone's pretty, everyone's handsome, everyone's beautiful, glamorous. And not all African Americans are light skinned, and so they don't really have a variety of colors on that show as far as skin tone. They just throw a bunch of light skinned black people on the screen and say, here, this is, we don't want no one too black unless they're the villain. That's what they usually do. So, okay, that's stereotype number 1. And when I say the villain, I mean the nemesis that you don't like, the person that gets on your nerve, the one that ends up, being let go or off the show in about 1 or 2 episodes, okay? The main cast is all light skinned, lighter than me, or my color or lighter. You don't see anybody that's chocolate or brown or darker brown unless they're in and out of the show real quick. So that's another thing. And also all the stereotypes, the ratchet woman who fights other women and curses and just has attitude all the time, and then you have the homosexual male that they're trying to show on all these different television networks and shows. They're trying to push this gay agenda on black men, or they're trying to embrace the homosexual stereotype of a black man. And on this show, they didn't make him flaming or anything. They made him just like a normal man, and his preference is just, same gender. They did not make him out to be flaming, is what I'm saying. And then, he was chosen to be in charge and to take over the label or whatever, the Empire. because he was the most responsible and his head was there in the right place. So it's kind of like, we know the writer is gay, so it was kind of like putting his little plug in there saying, hey, you know, gay people can run things too, and they're more level-headed and more structured and da 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 than straight people, because this is, I don't know, whatever they were trying to prove there, you know, they did it. And I have nothing against gay people. I embrace them, I love them, but I just don't like how this show is portraying people of color, whether they're gay or straight. So then you have the immature one. Then you have like the bipolar one who beats up people and has a bad temper and is a thug. And then you have the father, Lucius, who's evil, who's a killer, who's, you know, all these stereotypical things that they put on black people. And of course, if this show had been based on some type of owning a corporate business or a bank or something else, it would have not had a black cast. But since it's the entertainment industry, and a lot of drugs, sex, murder, and homosexuality and ratchetness goes along with entertainment in like hip hop and music, they just say, okay, this is going to be a black show, you know, because black people are ratchet and ghetto and they're thugs, and they're all just going to love this show so much because they see themselves in it. And if they don't see themselves in it, they're going to want to see themselves in it because it's going to be so popular, it's going to blow up, and everyone's going to watch it. And I know a lot of people are going to be saying, oh, it's just entertainment. It's just entertainment. And that's true. It is entertainment. But I know if I was an A-list Oscar-worthy actor, I would never take a role like that. Ever. Because it would stereotype me. It would cast type me. You don't see Halle Berry running to be on any of these shows because she knows her worth. She's not going to do any of that because she first of all, she thinks she's like on the same level as all these other actresses in Hollywood who get paid a lot of money to do a film. So she's not going to lower herself to do something like Empire. And if you noticed, Halle Berry has years in between her movies. She doesn't work back to back. She's not offered major roles in movies like Angelina Jolie or Sandra Bullock or something like that all the time. You know, rarely, but not all the time. And she's not stooping to that level. So that should tell you something about how desperate these people are to stay relevant, that they'll act and stereotype a people in a negative light. And I understand why they do it. They have to pay bills. You know, they want to keep working and da 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 da. It's sad, but that's true. And then, you know, to work for Fox, it's like a slap in the face almost. It's like, oh my God. In 2014, Fox had 1% African American viewers. Now, in 2015, they have 61%. And so you're paying them, their network, their news network, their anchors, their journalists, their media, to sit back and further exploit you with your own energy. The energy and the views and the ratings that you give this show is being used against you to make you look even worse. And how they justify killing your children on television, and how they justify racism. And you're eating it up, and you're swallowing in it, and you're loving it, and it's a trick. And like I said, I see things from a different perspective because I'm cerebral. And if you look at the situation from a cerebral point of view instead of an entertainment point of view, or instead of a basic point of view, then you would see sort of the same things. Now, if I'm going to look at this show from the basic point of view, this is how I was going to look at it, you know. Oh my God, it's an all-black show on Fox. They have all these good actresses in it and actors and musical guests. Oh my God, it's like the best thing ever. Every week I'm going to tune in because I can't wait to see who's the next guest star on this show, because I'm so proud of black people for having their own show now. And oh my God, I can't believe Fox did this. Are you serious? Does this mean that they're changing? Are they embracing black people now? Oh my God, you know, this is great. This is like the best thing ever, and I'm just so excited. I'm so proud, and I'm going to tune in every day just so I can get the ratings up, because, you know, we have to support our people and this and that. Yeah, that's how a lot of people view it, and that's sweet and kind and generous and just loving and supportive, but that's not what's actually happening. And so I can't fault those people for thinking the way that they think, because they don't know. And, you know, if you ask other races of people that watch the show, their opinion of the show, they're going to say, well, it's nothing different than World Star or all those ratchet videos you see floating on Facebook of people getting beat up, or gangsta rap, or it's no different than Basketball Wives. I mean, it's no different than Housewives of Atlanta. You know, they just see a stereotype and they start to believe that stereotype, and that's how they judge you when they see you. So, you know, we judge people based on the knowledge we have about them. And if you don't live with black people, and if you don't see black people every day of your life, and you only see them on TV, well, you're going to start to think that that's how they are, because that's the only reference you have, or a majority of the reference that you have. So, you know, that's what you're going to say. Hey, black people are violent. You can't trust them. They'll stab you in the back. Oh, and they're loud and ghetto and ratchet, and they'll fight you for no reason. And, you know, most of them have guns. A lot of them have been to jail. Oh my God, you know, that's how they're gonna start seeing all black people, and they're gonna be like, hi. They're gonna treat you differently based on the shows that are on television. And when so many black people accept this show and love it, that gives them confirmation. You know, like, okay, the black people love it, so it must be true. You know, so they're gonna say, okay, let me watch this so I can understand black people a lot more. And they're going to get a false representation, because that is not how all black people are. Okay. So, yeah. That is my little take on Empire. And, you know, I think it's genius of Fox to do that, because they're getting black people to pay for their own exploitation. So, you know, it's a win-win for them. It's a lose-lose for black people. And the funny thing is, back in 1991, Michael Jackson actually did something to Fox that was genius as well. I think this is where Fox learned it from. In 1991, Michael Jackson released or premiered his Black or White video on Fox, but they didn't get to see it first. It was like a surprise. Okay, we're just going to air it. It's going to be a surprise. You're going to love it. You're going to get ratings and views, and your network is going to be, you know, get money. So they agreed. So after The Simpsons in 1991, the Black or White video aired. And after the video is over, then all of a sudden this Black Panther appears, and then Michael Jackson comes and he starts doing all this crazy stuff, smashing out windows in the cars in the ghetto, and slamming signs that say Royal Arms, and, you know, bashing out windows, and grabbing his crotch and doing all this stuff, right? And rage and anger, sort of like rioting, you know. This was right after the Rodney King thing as well. So after all of that, so Fox had to immediately apologize to the public for airing that video, because they hadn't seen it. And they were like, oh my God, that was so, you know, racial, and there was a lot of racial tension and stuff in that video. And so Michael Jackson, first of all, he was promoted. I mean, promoted his album. Everyone went out to go find that video because it had been banned. Everyone went out to go buy the song and the album. And so he used Fox Network as a platform to sell his record and to promote his ideas about racism on Fox Network. So Michael Jackson got paid to exploit racism and Fox Network at the same time. So, if you are a genius entertainer, you could learn from him on how to do business with racist television networks. Anyway, the whole point of this story is if you see this show as pure entertainment and you're just happy because you love the show, then that is great. You keep on supporting that racist Fox network, and you keep supporting the network that blames your children for getting shot by the police, and you keep paying and giving views to a show that makes you look bad as people. Or you can just wipe that all off and say, hey, it's just a show. I'm going to enjoy it. I don't care about that other stuff. I just care about my enjoyment and my entertainment. It doesn't matter to me if Fox News or Fox Network exploits black people. That's not my problem. That's not my issue. I don't care because I just don't care. Then watch it for all means. Watch it. If you want to see a show with better writing that's all black, you probably should at least watch Black-ish. I don't really like that show that much either, but it's better. At least they get to be normal people. That's not ratchet and ghetto and stereotypical. But that's one of the reasons also why Bill Cosby was kind of thrown under the bus lately, because he was trying to get stock and buy parts of a network, and he would probably be able to have some type of say in the shows and all that kind of stuff as well. And we all know Bill Cosby, his show kind of changed, history and the view of black people and put them in a positive light, and showed them, and showed the world that not all black people are like how they're portrayed in white supremacy media. So that's kind of why they threw him under the bus, because they did not want his influence out there. They didn't want his ideas out there to be in any TV shows anymore. They want the ratchet, ghetto, stereotypical thug black person to represent black people now, because that's what they're aiming for. And the young people, they don't know any better. They don't know any better. They just go with the flow because they think it's hip and they think it's cool. And that's quite all right, but, it's not going to help them. And, I mean, that's all I really have to say about it. It's no big deal to me. And I know you're going to say, well, we support racist white business all the time because we shop at their stores. We shop at certain places. We buy products that are owned by outwardly racist companies or people, but we still shop there and da-da-da-da-da. Well, that's the point, You're going to support it whether you like it or not, but you don't have to morally support it in your mind, and you can actually choose other places to shop. But if the choice is yours, I mean, all we have is free will. Alright, y'all, I'm going to leave this video right there. Let me know what y'all think about it. And like I said, I'm not bashing the show, because I understand that people want to see black people on television. And even though it's kind of a slap in the face, you still have a show now that you can tune into. But I'm just saying, at what cost did they have to these actors have to stoop and play these stereotypes. You know. Anyway, that's it. Bye.